Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are jumping into the new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history versus the Warriors of Universe 7. We are live on stream at the moment at the time of recording, but we are going to jump straight in. And as I always do with these new Infinite Dragon Ball history stages, if you're new to the channel, if you've been around for a while, you probably know this setup already. But I always like to go into these stages basically like completely blind. Like I haven't looked at a list of who the stages are, what typings the enemies are, or anything like that. But I always try and get all of the missions done in one go. So you would have seen the team very briefly at the beginning. But as you can see, the missions for this stage, if you want to complete all of them in one go, you need to bring 3 units from Universe 6 and 3 units from Universe 11. So obviously the best way to do this is to run a leader that has Universe Survival Saga as their leader skill. Tech LR Jiren is the best leader for this. Unfortunately, I don't have him, so we are running STR Jiren. And then, yeah, the friend doesn't count towards the mission. So for our 3 Universe 11 units, we obviously have Jiren, we have STR Topo and Int Topo, and then for Universe 6, we have the newly rainbowed Kefla from all my summons on the Vegeta banner, the LR Kale and Caulifla, and then the free-to-play Int Kale. Now the reason why I brought her is because she is a Universe Survival Saga support unit, so just like the STR Topo, she actually supports everybody on the team and not just the people like from her own universe. So I think that's going to work out very, very nicely. We're probably not going to be able to get the 6 orbs for Kefla on this first turn, but being the fact that a lot of the units throughout this stage are obviously going to be Universe Survival Saga enemies, I think somebody already told me that the TN that you fight is not technically a Universe Survival Saga enemy, because obviously the enemies that you fight, even though they change the typings and stuff sometimes, they are obviously based on actual cards that exist in the game. So this is the AGL Krillin that you can summon, and obviously still AGL, but even if he was STR, he basically is that card. So any categories that that card is on, if you have any units that affect certain categories, that's what that card will be. So apparently the TN is not a Universe Survival Saga, but everybody else, I think everybody else, probably is. And so of course that means that LR Kale and Caulifla get a bunch of extra super attacks. I think they're the only ones we've brought on the team actually, because obviously like SDR Kale would be very useful. Tech Caulifla would be very useful because she gets 100% dodge against everyone who is a Universe Survival Saga enemy. So she would obviously be very effective. And obviously we're only in the first stage, so even with the type disadvantage, Kefla not taking any damage from Krillin, and then Kale coming in with the crit to finish him off. So we can move on to stage 2. So now we're up against the TN. So I think we probably do this, because Int Topo has damage reduction as long as he's on rotation with another Universe 11 person. So we go ahead and put him in slot 1. Then we can get a nice fat amount of key for Jiren. Almost the full 24 key super, but we'll take it. And then, yeah, this is going to be a very good rotation. Shout out to our boy, Dr. Pritch, for his Rainbow Tech LR Jiren leader friend. So, very, very nice. And it seems we can still lower attack, which is cool. 6.5 million. Very solid attack stat from Jiren. Even with the type disadvantage. Oh, I mean, look at this. Rainbow Jiren just going off. So, someone's saying the Piccolo that's in this stage is not Universe Survival Saga either. But we should be okay. I'm assuming we fight all those guys pretty early on anyway. So, the reason I wanted to bring Kefla as the link partner for the LR girls is obviously I did the Rainbow Showcase recently for Kefla after having pulled all these copies of her. And I do think she is underrated. Like, she is still a solid unit. And obviously in longer form events like this is where you're going to get to see her maximum potential, because she's actually going to transform up to Super Saiyan 2. She infinitely stacks attack across all of her forms. So she's going to be pretty good. Of course we get super attacks. We couldn't get the 6 orbs, but we do have type advantage. So, yeah, 20. We get stunned though. Okay, so Roshi stuns you. And then even, well, not necessarily automatically, but even if he doesn't stun, he can seal. So Goku and Frieza in the last stage disables dodge. Oh, well, there you go. So, Tech Caulifla, I mean, she would still be good because she does infinitely stack her defense, but you'd have to be careful about that for the final stage as well. So obviously LR, Kale and Caulifla, they build up dodge rate as they go as well, but they do also build up their defense to like a pretty high level. So even though they can't dodge in the final stage, they should be fine. And of course Kefla, one of the reasons people don't like her is because you have to get the 6 orbs to get the dodge, but that's only early on in the event. Obviously once you get nearer to the end and she's become a Super Saiyan 2, she has the chance to dodge built into her passive, so you don't actually need to worry about it as much. KO in the last spot is not ideal here, but between Topo and Jiren, we should finish off Roshi. I mean, Jiren's going to do most of the heavy lifting. Let's not get it twisted. But we did lower his attack as well, so that's good. 5 million attack stat for Jiren with the support from Kale is pretty good. So yeah, crit for 4 million. Yep, Jiren doing his thing. I need to double check all of what Jiren does because I don't have him. So I'm usually fairly good with remembering what units do. Not all the time though, because I remember recently on a video I was super confused as to why Tech Gohan, once we transformed him into Ultimate Gohan, I was super confused why he was getting the same kind of attack stat as the Go Bros, but was doing way more damage. And it's because I completely forgot that he has effective against all types when you are fighting one enemy or you have a certain amount of HP or whatever it is. And it wasn't until people pointed it out in the comments afterwards. But usually I'm good at remembering what units do, but only when I actually have them. And so because I don't have Tech Jiren, I remember that he is basically, in terms of passive and like his overall what he does, he's kind of like an LR version of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It's kind of the other way around, I guess, because Gogeta came out afterwards. But he's all about just big, strong boy numbers. But I'm pretty sure he has an active skill. I could actually be completely wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he has an active skill, right? Is it a buff active skill? I actually can't even remember. We're going to find out. Here I am getting confused while recording in real time. So we are going to find out on the next turn once he comes back. We'll have a look at him in the menu and see exactly what it is that he does. But we're definitely flying through this at the moment. We're not having any issues here so far. Let's have a look at our boy LR Jiren. So strength is everything. After the character, oh that's it, yeah, after the character receives 5 or more attacks, attack and defense 30%, all enemies attack and defense minus 30%, stuns all enemies for 1 turn. So obviously the problem is in Infinite Dragon Ball history, you probably can't lower their attack or stun by the time we actually get to use it. Especially because we're not actually putting him in front of tons of attacks. So basically it is very much the same as Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, where if you end up using his active skill later on in the event, all that it's really doing is giving him an attack buff, which is fine, because he's, yeah, they very much are similar units, because even their active skill is very much the same. So even if we end up using his active skill later on, when we can't stun or lower defense or lower attack or anything like that, we're still going to be giving Jiren a massive attack buff, so that's perfectly fine. And I mean, these longer form events, like Jiren's going to get hit a bunch of times. We don't need him to have his active skill super early. I'd rather save it until near the end anyway. But yeah, another big crit from the Rainbow Jiren friend. So we are well on our way here. We got Super Saiyan 2. We can use Kefla's active skill. Now, if we use Kefla's active skill, we change all of these orbs to STR. But there's really no point to do that because we can actually pick up the orbs that we need. So we are going to have the chance to dodge. That's built in now that we're Super Saiyan 2. Now that we get the 6 orbs, that means we get a guaranteed additional super attack. And then Kale is going to be fairly safe in the final slot here because she does have type advantage. So this should be a pretty strong turn here. 3.2 million from Kefla. So that's going to be super attack number 1. Obviously she infinitely stacks attack on all of her supers. So 3.4 on the second one. Obviously she is rainbow, so we could get the third one. I think I gave her a pretty reasonable amount of additional. There's a crit. No third super, but she tanks for double digits, which is good. And then the LR, Kale and Caulifla. They are rainbow for me as well. I might actually have one dupe in their TUR as well, but I didn't bring them on the team. I could have brought them along, but I'd rather bring the Kefla. I wanted to give her a little bit of shine since we did recently rainbow her. Like I said, I did do the rainbow showcase video. Check that out if you haven't seen it. I was kind of surprised because I was complaining about the fact that I rainbowed her instead of pulling a copy of Vegeta. And one of my friends, Mr. T, who was in the chat, said, hey, at least now you can do a Rainbow Showcase video. And at the time, I was like, no one's going to want to see a Rainbow STR Kefla Showcase video in 2021. But then I thought, you know what? I'll just do it anyway. It's an extra video for that day. Little bonus video. Why not? And actually, yeah, let's try not to. I don't want to make sure we don't get the Dokkan attack this turn. Because we're going to finish off 18 here. So, going by who we fought so far, I'm going to assume that 17 is next. Who have we not fought out of the team? So I'm guessing it's going to be what? 17 or Frieza next. Then Frieza or 17. Then Vegeta and then Goku. Oh no, wait, because Goku and Frieza are the last one, somebody said. So I guess you don't fight Frieza on his own. So is it going to be 17 and then Vegeta and then Goku and Frieza, I assume? Like I said, I don't check these beforehand, so I always think it's fun to just jump right in and get going. Oh, Gohan! How could I forget about Gohan? So we got the SSR version of the Gohan and Piccolo art for the Gohan here. We can't get the 6 orbs for the guaranteed. Even if... Oh, actually, if I change... Nah, because if we use the active skill... Actually, I think we're going to get the Dokkan attack here, aren't we? So actually, yeah, we'll use the active skill. Because the active skill gives Kefla super effective against all types. So... Alright, so Kefla active skill changes the orbs to STR. I don't know why I thought that was going to connect all of them together. Because the rainbow one in the middle blocks it. That's 5. That's annoying. I guess we could just give it to them then. Because they are going to get their 18 key super if we do it this way. Yeah, I think this probably guarantees we win here. Because active skill might be wasted now. Because LR, Kale and Caulifla might actually just take him out in one go. But, whatever. How could I forget about Gohan? It's fine, Ningen. Everyone does. Poor Gohan. Alright, so we're going to get the Dokkan attack with LR, Kale and Caulifla. Super slow Dokkan mode. So we're going to hit all the nodes. Get the maximum damage multiplier. And then on the off chance that Gohan does survive, not only the Dokkan attack, which is going to do a ton of damage, but we're going to get the guaranteed additional super attacks as well. And then if on the off chance that he does survive, Kefla's active skill will mean that she should just blow him away. So, yeah, he does have quite a lot of health, but I feel like we're probably going to be finishing him off here, right? Maybe if we don't get crits, we won't. So, yeah, I miscalculated with the orbs because I was thinking to put Kefla in slot 1 and get 6 orbs so that she can get the additional alongside her active skill. But hey, we didn't finish him off. I guess actually, yeah, Gohan's not a pure Saiyan, so we don't get that extra guaranteed additional. So Kefla gets to come in with her effective against all types. We didn't get the orbs to get the guaranteed additional though, unfortunately. So Jiren is going to have to finish him off. I mean, STR Jiren's still doing pretty well considering how old of a unit that he technically is now. So I didn't finish him off though. How dare you? I was literally just praising you. Actually, let's put Jiren in slot 1 so he can get some hits, because we still don't have his active skill available. So we definitely want to put him in slot 1, let him take those 2 hits there, because then that builds towards the active skill. Surely after this, he's been hit 5 times, right? I don't actually know how many. I guess because he keeps killing enemies, and we've been using him in slot 2, so then obviously he hasn't been getting the follow-up attacks. So I'm actually not sure how many times he's even been hit at this point, but... Ooh, because yeah, against Vegeta, that would be a super... Actually, that would be a pretty good time to use his active skill because of the extra damage that we're going to do. So if we do this, this should connect up all the STR orbs so we can get 6... Oh, of course. Of course it got blocked. Well, fortunately, the STR orbs are only for the additional. We still have the 50% chance for dodge. We haven't used an item or had the what's the word I'm looking for? Support memory go off here yet. So, hey, look at that. We get the dodges because obviously LR, Kale and Caulifla been building up their dodges with all these attacks. So we dodge the super. That's what we like to see. And then 4 million. Of course, poor Vegeta being a pure Saiyan. So we're going to get the additional normal, then 2 guaranteed additional 12 key super attacks. Did the random thing where it skipped the normal attack animation, because why not? And then, what sort of damage do we do here on the 12 key? Yeah, not a huge amount, but hey, it's free damage. It's free real estate, so crit though, maybe? Hey, there we go. It's like double the damage if you get a crit, so very good. And then Kefla, unfortunately, not super effective against all types. This would have been a good time to save her active skill for, unfortunately. So that means if we don't crit, we don't do a lot of damage. But she dodges the attack, so that's good. Post Easy A, Topo should be okay here defensively despite the type disadvantage. Vegeta's already supered, so unless he can super attack multiple times in one turn, because I know that is a thing that sometimes enemies can do in Infinite Dragon Ball history. Ooh, perfect. So we still don't have Jiren's active skill, but I think this turn, finally, this should be enough, right? Because we got hit. Yeah, this will be enough just off these last two phases with Jiren, because he got hit twice by Gohan, and now he's getting hit 3 times by Vegeta. So this will be Topo's active skill ready to go for next time. So we are going to be looking pretty good. Probably use the active skill in the final stage against Goku and Frieza, so we can get that massive bonus on the attack, because we probably can't lower their defense or attack or stun them or anything, but that's going to be good for the extra damage. Nice big crit. Vegeta obviously fairly hard hitting though, considering LR, Jiren, Rainbow with type advantage actually still taking damage. Although I think, does he lower defense on his super attack? Because he did super attack Jiren. So I wonder how much damage STR Jiren's going to take here, because his defense isn't the craziest nowadays. So, oh, he's not getting attacked. Oh, well, never mind then. So we get the additional. Can we get a crit? No crit. And now there's a random car alarm going off outside. Nice. Some like super loud car alarms started going off outside, so you love to see it. I don't think we need to, because we had the support memory go off. I'm pretty sure we don't need to use an item here, because not only have Kale and Caulifla got a crazy chance to dodge now, we've just got an extra 10% attack and defense. So it's a little bit unfortunate that we got it on this turn with Vegeta being almost dead, but because, yeah, we'll finish him off with the guaranteed additionals now. Yeah, the additional normal with a crit was enough to do it. So, perfect, perfect. So, now we got 17. Got the active skill. So, he can't be stunned, he can't be attack or defense lowered. Yes, there's... How do I want to play this here? Do I want to leave Topo in slot 1? Because we have type advantage. Int Topo does have damage reduction and a whole bunch of defense. So, wait, no, he doesn't have damage reduction. He just has tons of defense. Okay, so maybe it is better to keep the STR one on rotation at the moment then, rather than have the type disadvantage. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We can pick up a bunch of same type orbs here as well, so I don't feel like we need to heal here. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. So... Alright, so SCR Topo should be perfectly fine. He's got decent damage reduction. He's got type advantage. So, not bad damage as well, to be fair. And he's the one taking a super, so that's actually perfect. Wonder how much this will actually do. Probably will still do some damage. Oh, well, less than 10k. Well, we take that. So, yeah, LR Jiren. No crit, but still very good damage from him. Additional normal attack. Doesn't obviously do a crazy amount of damage, but we take that double-digit damage on the way back. And then Int Topo. Unfortunately, Int Topo probably not going to... yeah, no crit. Although, we get an additional super. We're getting some good additionals. But we need to crit to do damage. Yeah. Well, double digits. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, so we can go ahead and put Kefla in slot 1. Might as well, because obviously because she infinitely stacks attack, it is good to actually get her to do attacks, right? So she can keep stacking. Because if we put LR, Kale, and Khalifa in slot 1, there's the potential that they just go off and finish off 17. So might as well. Oh, nice. Oh, I see. So 17 blocks key-based super attacks. Interesting. Unfortunately, their follow-up supers are not key-based, right? Yeah, because they attack first. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So 17 blocking the key blast super attacks. Unfortunately, Jiren is... Oh, in topo guards. That's it, yeah. So he doesn't have damage reduction, but he guards. Oh, so actually, we probably... Yeah, we could have just left him in slot 1. Eh, it's fine. Alright, so we're going to get the finish here. Might as well grab these same type orbs. And then we should be all good. So, Topo might actually finish him off by himself. He did crit for, was it almost 2 million? Or at 2 million previously? Okay, well, no crit. So, Tech Jiren will come in and finish it off. But we didn't take any damage, so it's all good. 6.8 on the attack. It's pretty nice. I'm pretty sure Int Topo raises allies' attacks on Super, actually, as well. So, he's obviously very, very good. Sorry, STR Topo raises allies' attacks on Super. So, having him in slot 1 for that is obviously very useful. And so now we can't dodge. So, what's our defense looking like? 125. Kale and Caulifla are at 63. 636,000. 636,000 defense for Kale and Caulifla. That's pretty good. So I guess let's go ahead and do this. Now, it is very possible that we take a super attack here and take a lot of damage. But because they have so much defense, we get a lot of health back from the same type orbs. And this Jiren, this Topo doesn't have a Universe 11 ally on the rotation, but he has type advantage. So I think we should be all good. Of course, we get supered in slot 1. I bet they lower defense as well, don't they? I bet they do. Let's see. No, they don't. So because they don't lower defense, they just do double-digit damage with their type advantage super attack. RIP. So, unfortunately, because it's Goku and Frieza, they're not a pure Saiyan card. So we don't get the guaranteed extra additional. We'll still get the one from them being a Universe Survival Saga enemy. And then, of course, there is the downside to the fact that we need crits in order to do damage. Because we have type disadvantage. But yeah, that amount of healing from those AGL orbs. We didn't even pick up that many AGL orbs with Kale and Caulifla. And yeah, we got a lot of health back. So, very, very good. A crit from Kefla. And we got the 6 orbs as well. So, I swear her attack stat is lower than it was. I guess we might... Actually, I'm probably thinking of a term where we had a... support unit, because we have switched the Topos around, yeah, and Int Topo only supports Universe 11, so her attack stat is lower than some of the previous turns because we don't have a support unit in slot 3, but we got the triple super turn, so pretty solid damage, and then her defense isn't terrible, 11k from a normal attack, that's not too bad, and then Int Topo, of course, has type advantage, but he's not the, he's not here to deal damage, so that's fine. Ooh, this could be a very good turn here, actually, because we can get Topo to go first. What is Topo's defense now? 115, and he has... What is his damage reduction? 40%. It's when HP is 70% or less, though, which our HP is not. So actually, yeah, I probably should just put Jiren in slot 1. I wanted to put Topo in slot 1, just super first, to get the attack buff for allies, but... I'm a bit worried about him taking all those attacks. So we're going to go ahead and do this. It's been a long time since I've seen this. So we grab these. Full 24 key super attack. You love to see it. And then here we go. Alright, Jiren, what have you got for me? 7.9 million attack stat. Okay. 7.9 million. I'll take that. That's pretty good. No crit, though, sadly. That's really unfortunate. No crit and no additional. Boo. Because, like, just like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like, the turn that you use the active skill is when you really want to get, like, an additional super or a crit or something like that. So that is a little bit unfortunate. But, yeah, Jiren's OST, very good. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I was really hoping for, like, a massive, crazy, like, crit there or something from Jiren. But, I mean, it's not like we're in trouble or anything here. Depending on whether we have any AGL orbs available, we're going to get a nice big heal on the next turn as well. Because the fact that he doesn't lower defense on their super, that's hilarious. Because LR, Kale, and Khalifa just can't be hurt by them. They could, like, triple super on Kale and Khalifa, and they're just not going to take any damage. So, even STR Jiren, that's actually pretty good, all things considered. So, yeah, look at this. Slot 1, we can just put you there. They're not going to take any damage. Might as well just give them the AGL orb so they can get the full 24 key super. Oh, look at that. This is it. GG. Over this turn, if Kale and Khalifa don't get crits, they won't finish him off, but then Kefla will come in and finish the job. So, there we go. That is going to be GG for the Warriors of Universe 7 Infinite Dragon Ball History stage. Are we actually going to get any crits? Of course we get it on the normal attack. So, the additional... we get a crit on this one. I mean, they are rainbow, so we do still have the potential of another super attack. A crit, and then the additional normal. But it doesn't crit, so they live with the tiniest sliver of health. So in comes STR Kefla. And we are going to be finishing things off here. Massive overkill with the super attack from Kefla. We've got the support from Kale in the final slot. And there you go. No crit needed, and we are all done. So, I was explaining to the people in the chat before we started, the reason why I hadn't done this earlier in the day is because I always like to do this for the video where I do all the missions in one run. So, you will be able to see here, we get our 1 stone for the first completion, and boom, 13 missions completed. We didn't use any items. We did have the active skill go off, but we didn't use a single item. And there we go. So, we get the mission screen up here. All of the missions done in one run. So we get, in total, obviously we get the 1 stone for beating the stage in general. And then we get 32 stones, a Kai, a couple of dozing Kais, a few little training items. Not too bad. So there you go. That is the new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History. All the missions done in one run. Let me know down below what teams you guys used. People in chat, say hi YouTube. And yeah, there you go. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.